afternoon. I'm delighted to be back here and sharing, hopefully, wisdom with you and also light language. This week, we've been working with a beautiful motto of I recognize and honor my own needs and desires. And I'm sitting here thinking about it and listening to my guides, and it just strikes me how incredibly important and powerful to do this is. You start off with, you recognize your own needs and desires because it brings you joy, because it makes you feel happy, and because we weren't put here as divine light beings in order to have all of our own needs just ignored, which is what we're taught right from the moment of sort of conscious awakening, consciousness when we're children, recognizing that we're human. From that moment, we are taught that it is selfish to look after ourselves all the time, and that putting our needs above others is always wrong. If you come across somebody who looks after themselves, who cherishes themselves, who really honors and respects what they need and how they feel, the world calls them selfish. The world says that they're self-centered and that the only way to truly live is to put everybody else above us. So is it any wonder that we can't possibly even begin to recognize what it is that makes us happy, recognize what it is that makes us feel good and lights us up? Because we don't even know how to recognize. I always teach people a really simple thing, and just put your hand on your heart and listen to it and say, how does it feel when I think of this desire, when I think of this need? And yet, this most basic thing, nobody teaches it to anyone. All we're taught is neglect. Work harder, work better, do more for other people. Don't think of yourself. This is a constant stream of messages that come into our life. We praise everybody for, being so selfless and taking care of everyone, which is incredible. It's wonderful. But if you never look after yourself, then is it any wonder that we get sick? And this is the other side of this. If we don't recognize when we need a break, recognize when we need a holiday, when we're working too hard, when we're hungry or thirsty, when we're stressed, if we're never taught to recognize these signs, then how on earth are we expected to stay healthy? It's a very simple thing to ask yourself and say, what do I need physically? What do I need mentally, emotionally, spiritually? We have to ask ourselves these questions in order to stay in balance and to keep a physical body that is functioning well. But you have a boss who pushes you to do more. You have to answer the phone at night. And if you don't, you feel guilty. You have someone in the family who needs help, and you have to be there to help them. Even if that family member is a complete idiot, and you still are taught to be there for them because it is the right thing to do. And so we become exhausted. We're burnt out, and there is nothing left to give to other people. So we have to recognize how we are feeling and honor it and actually do something about it. Because just recognizing it and saying, but it's fine, I can carry on, it'll be all right. Where does that get you? Then you see these poor people who have gone way past the point of burnout, who then become truly, truly sick. And it's not just things like stress. When we hide our emotional needs, when we are encouraged, especially in the UK, encouraged to say, I'm fine, when really inside you're suffering so much. I'm reminded that Prince William was recently crying on an interview when he's talking about someone's loss. And, the papers are going, oh my God, here is a member of the royal family crying. It shouldn't be unusual to see people crying. It shouldn't be odd to have people actually ask for help, to engage in empathy with someone else who is suffering, to engage with our own empathy for our self-suffering. But sadly it is. We are sort of turning people into robots who should be proud that they never cry and proud that they manage to pick themselves up and get out of bed when actually they've got the worst flu they've ever had. Why is this a good thing? It isn't. We need to begin as a people, as a population of the world. We need to start really taking care of ourselves. And it doesn't mean that you're floored by every single little comment or heartbreak. It doesn't mean that. It means truly, truly knowing that when you are struggling, you are able to honor that need, to recognize that need, and do something about it. So we have to turn our face inwards at times. We have to look inside of ourselves and open our eyes with compassion and with patience to what it is that we're going through. And without that, we'll just carry on exactly the same, the way that we are, and end up who knows where. So don't let other people constantly push you. When your body, your mind, your spirit says no, mean it, and look after yourself and bathe yourself in self-care and compassion, and know that you are worthy of that time. It's so important. So we're going to bring through some beautiful light language and activation to help us begin to recognize when we need help, to help us acknowledge and know when we are in need of more. To listen. They're telling me that the activation is to help us listen to our own needs without feeling guilt and as if we're selfish. So we give thanks to what will come through. Janno shioranda zamaras whiskiora. Tauranda boran koshe baran the kiorishka orosant yet torasma. Musajo itu tauramba kayesgarogo ite kuran skena. Tan yoresi yuturamba kayetukur kajon noyetu soranda. Kamora ishka oroto sututurama yuturan zambarati taronka. Junya warishka mora da sia. Kana warishkuma wara utasi baron tukwea. Kana dotiskai. Kanya ortishmu kimara ituturanska da sia. Kamroskinya da yorna morsikaka wata kurinyata se. Moria dukurmasha mashike ya kurkuwambara siknana di taroshka wikaramasha. Mesiania, terabo radkui kamaratukuya, tutashna, siaran, kurapase, aidea. Mutamor, kikurejiko, nadejna, tudapo ratitetembar, kur seknyata na yiwara, yurka, sekarawatide, karukar. Majimwar, shiwisimmata rodotero sumbar, taniara. Tunakura paraki karan kanongo kaisa, chaniarosi, tura ishkmora, barotose, tunudusen yatia marakura pachisha. Modundar de kamorashi, tunar bukarakishkesa, tunamia tu parasa. Mudanya hora siya na are maraboroko, kanukasia. Modisha, Yamarasi, Brunura, Tunda Shikura Marsianasi, Kanat Kurukukara Markiarasi, Musinyara, Tutu Rashia the Karauishka, Mojanase. The first part of that is about opening up our throat. Shakorambakishkarari siki, Kuramarazeta Sikarin the Kurakoshka, Setya, Tari, Marabara. Removing the lock that has been placed there by countless generations. Bashkura, Shkara, Squashkara, Sakarardika, Kariska Shika. Murajun Kushka, Kura, Shikasakarandakara, Shikara, Sokora, Marade. Jurishkenya disse, Karebodokorokai Kuramba, Ishkaya, Sututukara, Tanise, Baru Hadi Dajor, Musbabrano Paratesi, Kuran Keshka. Suarasi, Yaro, Suarasu, Suarasi, Yasora, Tarasuya, Susorata Kurasu, Karo, Sukurase, Tetish, Tudarosi, Tuarasiate. Nariski garanda kesha. Muziaro, Tedor, Ayiska, Saiska, Sanyasar. So saying the first part was opening up the throat so we're able to express our needs, and now we're coming to allowing the heart to soften towards our own needs. Warawarasi, Saurodasi, Kaurasuase, Tarsitje. Naiswarasia tarasi, Marusia takase, Marumbar, Orandorasi, Mariskura, Sanza Marosa, Yesawarasi, Kuranzasi, Karumbar, Tedorjishko, Shanjarosi, Janisi, Gagia, Donna, Aranana Marosi. Jugarasukor, Sisia dosa, Maradorajeshi, Camora, Tasia, Tariska, Chamarosura, Sesiar, Corsi. Juna Joran Doshemasiatseke, Tarunda Jinia Kores, Korushkesea, Torashki, Ora, Sikoras, Karaosh, Karamadashi, Juaresi, Muranane Yorasi Arati. Now they are lifting the guilt that we have felt for having needs. To know that it is right for everybody to have needs and not just a select few. Mujana ter Shentia, Cynthia. Mozamora sea, Garusia sea, Janisa, Parzishkar, Tarasia, Borajo, Zayara desi. He said that if we can just allow our needs to arise, we will live a life of so much more peace and harmony. Because we will no longer fight ourselves. And when we come back to live in support of ourselves, we live in harmony. And so this is what must be done. I think that's it for now. So, as we summarize, yes, to care for ourselves keeps us healthy in all ways, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Whereas to deny who we are, to deny that we are human and that we are not something that runs perpetually on empty. This is important. This is so, so important. We care more for our washing machine and our car than we do for this incredible machine. So spend some time with yourself. Spend some time honoring yourself. So I thank you so much for being here with me, and I I look forward so much to being here again. And if you are watching this for the first time, please do sign up for Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching this, or TikTok, and you won't miss any other lives going forward. And I look forward so much to being here again with you, and I wish you the most amazing week ahead. And I will be back. Light blessings. Bye bye.